In today's video, we are going to talk about how to think like a professional trader. We're going to break that down into 4 unique levels that you've never heard before. And by bringing awareness to these 4 levels, you're going to be able to identify where you currently sit and what's needed, what you need to change in order to push yourself through to the next level of profitability and consistency. What's up, everybody? My name is Austin Silver. I've been a professional Forex trader for the last 5 years, and in today's video, we are going to talk about, like I said, thinking like a professional Forex trader. And by bringing awareness to the 4 stages that we all go through, we all pass through on our Forex journey, if we can bring awareness to that, I think we can focus in and see where our biggest issues are right now, where your biggest issues are right now, and build a plan of attack, basically, to sharpen those weaknesses and build them into strengths. But without awareness, we cannot do any of that. We can't fix our weaknesses if we are lacking knowledge and lacking awareness of where the problems are actually rooted. So, what does it take to become a pro trader? Before we get into this information, before we dive into the 4 levels that you see here in this target graphic above my head, I want you to go at this information with an open mind. Really keep, the thought that closed-mindedness is what leads to traders ending their career early. If you cannot, always be receptive to new information, to new ways of thinking, you're eventually going to plateau. And with today's video, with some of this new information that I promise you've never heard it this way before, you need to be willing to let that information in and soak it in like a sponge. So before we even talk about this slide that's in front of us, let's agree. We're going to go at this with an open mind. So to break down the 4 levels, again, awareness being the key. We want to understand that the way I built the diagram, the way I built the circle is intentional, with the biggest layer at the outside and it getting smaller as we go towards the center, right? The reason for that is, number 1, I wanted you to see it in a concentric way, but number 2, because I wanted to visualize where most traders are being left. And I think that a lot of people don't look at it from that angle. A lot of people are just trying to find what are successful traders doing right. Well, I'm going to show you what traders are doing wrong so you don't do that. So level 1 is the biggest level, of course. This is where traders are coming in for the first time, no education, no system. They're clicking buy and sell, accidentally clicking buy when they mean to click sell. They don't even understand lot sizes. They are brand new. Not saying that they're in love with it, not saying that they're going to quit, but they're brand new. For the traders that last in level 1, I would say about 6 out of 10 of them will quit and not make it past into level 2. Level 2 is where you start to see a few wins, but your losers are still outweighing your winners, but you know there's potential there. You almost understand that you don't know a lot. And what that means is that you're not great at it yet, but there's something there that interests you, that you think if you work hard, if you can be disciplined, if you can find something that's proven in this field, then you could replicate that and find the same success. Now, level 3, you can see we're getting smaller now towards the center of this circle. Level 3 is where you're really starting to string wins together, but you're struggling with sizing up, or you're struggling with consistency, you're struggling to maybe go full time, maybe really rely on this for income. That's level 3. Now, level 3 is you're good, but you're not great. So if you want to write that down, you're good, but you're not great. And where you want to get is level 4. Now this is consistent wins, and you're still taking losses, but your wins far outweigh your losses. You have a clear-cut and repeatable process that you have to follow every single day. No matter what the trade outcome is, you're following a system, you're following a business plan, and you're okay with that. Like, you've accepted that and you're not worried about what other people are doing. That's level 4. So now we have an overview of the 4 levels. I want to draw a quick comparison here so you can understand maybe this in a different way. So here in front of you, most of you have probably seen this quadrant above my head before. I want you to start thinking of this quadrant. Now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad talks about this. Jordan Belfort talks about this. It's a common business principle, right? The conscious competence quadrant, some people call it. I want you to compare that. Think of that as a direct parallel to my levels. I just drew a target because I like it visualized this way better compared to this. And the reason for that, like I said, is the percentages of where people quit. And we're going to go into that in a second here. But I just wanted you to understand that this is where the theory of staging, as far as where I think each trader goes through, comes from. It's these 4 quadrants. So when we talk about the levels, we're going to talk about it very similarly to how competent are you and what does it take to actually execute on that knowledge. So level 1, like I said already, this is where 60% of the traders are going to drop out. I think you have majority of traders here coming in, testing it out. They're looking for a quick buck. They have no risk management. They're not using any clearly defined entry signals. They don't really know what they're doing. They're dazed by the potential for the dollars, right? They're dazed with the idea of the money that they could make. And we've all been there. And like I said, this is where about 6 out of 10 traders will either stay or quit before their trading career is done. So they never make it to level 2. And the reason for that is because they lack commitment. They lack the discipline that's required to maybe see this a little bit further. They actually aren't even looking for an education because they're so blinded by the dollars. The reasons that I think people fail and just drop out of level 1 are mainly because of confusion. They get overwhelmed, right? They have a lack of commitment, like I said, and they don't see the value in it in the long term. They're not being guided correctly. So when you're thinking about this, if you're a trader and you're just watching it and you're like, am I in level 1? Think about it. Are you trading with no risk management? Are you trading without a plan? Are you focused just on dollars, not even percents or pips? Do you even know how to calculate pips? Or are you just clicking buy and sell because you like looking at candlesticks? Those are the questions you want to ask yourself when you're in level 1 if you're really trying to take this seriously and push forward into level 2. Now, when we discuss level 2, as you can see, we're moving towards the center of the circle. This is going to be about 25% of the trading community that's left. So now we're getting even smaller here. You can see just a smaller percentage of the people that enter the market overall will make it into level 2. These are the people that are really interested in the market. They're seeing the value in trading as a whole, as an industry, but they're still lacking a system that fits them. They might win a couple trades here, but then the losers still come back in because maybe they're not following the plan. They don't have the plan yet. It's not 100% solid, or they're still looking at dollars. And I think a big tell for a level 2 trader when I see somebody who's struggling, they'll talk to me about social media. They're looking at other traders. They're wondering about other courses. They're looking for all these other things rather than searching for the answers within. And that's how I know people are stuck in level 2. So what do you do to push through level 2? Well, you focus on you. You stay within. You say, look, I can find a strategy that I like, and I'm not going to worry about what so-and-so is doing on Instagram. I'm not going to worry about what so-and-so is showing me on this YouTube ad. I'm just going to focus on me, and I'm going to build a system, and I'm going to work a system that fits my characteristics. Like I said, most people that enter trading will never make it into level 2. Think about that. So if you're a level 2 trader, you're already past the majority of people. Now, when we talk about these levels and as we start to really detail them, you're going to say, well, some of my areas, Austin, I feel like I'm a level 1 trader, but some areas I'm a level 3 trader. Like, how do I get all of my trading, issues basically pulled into one level? I'm going to talk about that at the end of the presentation, but let's move into level 3 now. So what does this circle look like? Well, number 1, it's smaller because this is just about 10% of the remaining trading community. And really at this point, when you're a level 3 trader, you understand how to win. And I think that that's a big tell for a level 3 trader. But what they still don't understand is how to win over the long term. You can win a trade. You can identify a breakout. You can identify, proper technical analysis, a proper risk reward setup. You understand how to do lot sizes. You understand the system behind it, all of that stuff, the probabilities behind it. You understand all of that, but you can't string it together all the time. Now, like I told you, the level 2 traders are the social media guys. The level 3 traders, the people that get stuck here and either move back to level 2 or can't get into level 4, these are the people that are staring at dollars too much. They're looking at the P&L too much. They're focused on the dollar return, not the percentage return. And it's getting them caught up. They're either over leveraging after a good week of trading, a good week of patience, they get heavy in one trade and it burns them. Or they're just chasing dollars, and if they lose a trade, they immediately look for another opportunity, even if it isn't as good, because they want to make that money back. So when I see people chasing trades, if they have a system and I'm like, hey, tell me about your entry, and they can give me details, if you can give me details on your entry, but you can't string wins together over a long run, I would tell you you're probably getting caught up on the dollars. And you'll probably agree with me when we really look at it. You'll say, look, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I did great, but then Friday comes and I'm lost almost. It's like you forget the whole plan. That's level 3 trading. So when you think about some of your characteristics, if you're struggling right now and you're like, look, my entry systems are on point, like I know how to exit, but I just can't string it together. What am I doing wrong? Really look at yourself. Are you looking at the P&L too much? Are you staring at the dollars too much? Are you setting weird financial goals that you think you deserve from the market? Those are the things that are killing level 3 traders. Let go of those financial goals. Let go of them. That'll push you into level 4. Now, level 4, you can see it's that small white circle in the center right there. This is less than 5% of the trading community. These are people that have confidence and belief in the plan. They don't feel FOMO. They don't worry about missing trades. And we're grateful. We're focused on opportunity of abundance. We're aware that, look, I might miss a trade. I might leave money on the table, but I know an entry, I know an exit, and I know how to win over the long period of time. And as long as I have that, the market's going to do whatever it's going to do. We're going to leave money on the table. We're going to miss trades. It's fine. I know when I can trade and I know when I don't need to trade. And I know that if I'm trading and I'm making these good decisions that are backed by this plan, then I'm going to win over the long term and I'm going to pull in good money. That's what a level 4 trader is. So you'll say, Austin, what am I doing if I feel like some of my characteristics are level 4? Like my entries are so solid. Like I know what I'm doing, but I can't manage. I can't manage to trust myself that I'm going to do this consistently. I would say look at yourself. Maybe you're looking at other traders too much on social media. Or if you're a little bit deeper than that and you're not really worried about other people, what are you looking at for yourself? Are you setting weird financial goals for yourself that are blocking you off? Because once you push into level 4, you guys have to understand, more financial abundance comes to you more than ever before because you've now reached a new level of understanding. And I see a lot of people, and you guys know this, there's people that will literally create accounts to go and report people and try to find scams and put out this negative energy into the world. And I am just so against that. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm focused on abundance for me. And that's what I want to share with you. I want you to just be focused on you. Take care of yourself. Focus on the balance that you are bringing into your life. The market is going to pay you back in droves. It's going to take care of you more than you could imagine if you can put yourself into level 4, if you can force yourself into level 4. So let's review the levels one more time just so we're all on the same page. Level 1, like I said, this is where you don't know what you don't know. You're completely undereducated, just running blind through the market, click and buy and sell with having very little direction. For those of us that have been there, we understand that it's frustrating, and I can relate to that because I remember when I started what that felt like. You can then push through if you're determined enough and if you really search for the information, or if you find somebody like me, to level 2, which is where you realize that you know nothing and that you need a solid system, that this market is complicated, that it does have a lot of details into it that require practice and require a system. So if you grasp that, you might be able to move through, and I say might because, again, we're getting into a smaller population of traders. You might be able to move into level 3, which is where you're good at the system, you understand the system, you can execute the system, but you're not great at it. You're not confident in yourself enough to really level up, to size up, to go full time, so you're just good, not great. And again, a smaller population even, less than 5% of everybody that even starts trading will take it to level 4, which is where you can do it in your sleep, you can start to teach it to other people, you can explain it very easily, you know it like it's the back of your hand. So we understand the 4 levels, we've brought awareness to the 4 levels, and now you should be able to identify where you sit in the chart here to the left of my face. Are you a level 1 trader? Are you struggling, just slinging it around trying to get into level 2? Are you a level 2 trader where maybe you're getting caught up in some other people's systems, you're trying to find some education, but you're still looking at other people too much? Or have you pushed through both of those levels, and are you actually a level 3 trader where you're basically hitting wins more than hitting losses, but you still can't take it to the next level? You still can't go full time, you still can't size up. How do you move through? How do you move through from level 1 to level 2? How do you go from level 2 to level 3? And how do you go from level 3 to level 4? Believe it or not, it's the same mental characteristics, the same 10 commandments to profitable trading that are required, that you need to grasp if you're going to move through from level 1 to level 2. And it's the same qualities and characteristics, these 10 commandments, that are going to take you from level 2 to level 3. And again, it's the same qualities that'll take you from level 3 to level 4. So if you want to find out about these 10 commandments to profitable trading, all you got to do is click the link below. I've got a free webinar for you where you're going to learn these 10 commandments, and I'm going to break them down for you very simply. They're not the corny, like, oh, learn a system, oh, close your winner, like not corny tips like that. These are 10 rules, 10 mindset shifts almost that every trader has to make if they're going to push through each one of those concentric circle levels that I've showed you here today. If your goal is to be consistently profitable, if you've watched this far in the video because you want to be a level 4 trader like myself and the other members of our VIP group, you need to be on this webinar. You need to grasp the the 10 commandments to profitable trading. I teach this in the course. This is valuable information that has taken people, even that don't speak English, from not understanding trading, not understanding what they're doing, and push them through level 1, level 2, level 3, all the way to level 4 because they implement these 10 commandments. So I appreciate you being here through this video. I know it was a little longer, but I hope you got some value out of it. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for being, supportive of the team. And if you want to be on the webinar, click the link below in the description and I'll see you there.